Okay, so I asked on Instagram some things that you guys might want to see here on YouTube, and one of the answers I got was how I stay organized and on track of all the things. It's taken me a long time, but y'all, I have finally found a system that helps me stay on track and stay organized of all the craziness going on. So in today's video, I'm sharing with you a few of my favorite tips for staying organized. My name is Kelsey, and I am a senior and wedding photographer based here in Richmond and Fredericksburg, Virginia. And this is my little corner of the social world where I like to share helpful tips and tricks for your photography business, as well as a little look into my life as a photographer. I have tried all kinds of things to stay organized and on track of things. And while I was a full-time college student and starting off my business and it was really starting to take off, some weeks I was literally just going day by day, not knowing what was going on, and really just hoping for the best. And to run a business, that is not okay. That is a surefire way to ruin your business, really ruin your client experience, and really hurt your reputation as a photographer. Throughout all of this, I've tried so many different things to keep track of all the things going on. And I've tried things from Trello boards to the to-do list apps on your phone to setting reminders, to set alarms, and literally anything you can think of, I've probably tried it. And while some of these worked for a season or for particular tasks that I had going on, none of these were really sustainable for balancing my work and personal life. But I have finally found something that really works well for me, and while it might be a lot for some people, it's what works for me. I have realized that everybody is so different, and so many people talk about different things that help them stay on track, but it really comes down to what works best for you and for your business and life. So today I'm sharing my favorite things that I like to use to stay organized and on track of everything. So I hope that it's helpful for you and that you can implement some of these things into your business as well. Okay, my first number one thing that I love to use every day are my Cat Schmoyer calendars. And if you've been here for any length of time, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen my giant calendars on the wall. I am literally obsessed with them. Throughout this whole process of figuring out how to run a business and stay organized, what I've realized is that I'm pretty much just a basic calendar girl. I love to see things written out on each date. It's the best way for me to figure out my availability and to know what's coming up and what I have booked and what I don't have booked. So my calendars are my number one go-to for seeing what I have. So for my calendars, I have two different ones. I have one that is a full year calendar, which gives just kind of like a bird's eye view of what I have going on for the year. I mark off all of my personal time first because those are non-negotiable dates that I'm not giving up because this photographer life is crazy as it is. So marking in those personal dates are always number one for me. But I also have a quarterly calendar, and this breaks the year up into quarters. So it's 3 months at a time. So right now I still have January, February, and March on the board. And this is what I use to write down the nitty-gritty things. So I have like launch dates set. I mark off my YouTube schedule, blog dates, sessions, appointments that I have, or calls with future brides or brand clients, literally everything. That's the nitty-gritty calendar. So this is what I go to every day to look at. It's what helps me to plan out my weeks and to know what I have coming up in the few weeks ahead. If you want to learn more about these calendars, I will link Kat's website down below. She has tons of blog posts. She has courses about how to plan these strategically for your business. She has all the details about them. I'm just a huge fan of them, but if you would like for me to do a video on specifically how I plan out my calendar, I would love to do that as well. But I will link all of Kat's info below so you can check her out as well. Okay, so secondly is simply my agenda and my notepad. These things go with me everywhere I go. They're always in my bag or on my desk. This is what I go to see what I need to do every single day. So in my agenda, I like to write down every single thing that I do every day. And I typically will do this on Sunday evenings or even Monday mornings. I like to come sit down at my desk, take a look at my quarterly calendar, and figure out exactly what I have coming up for the week and see what I need to be doing to fulfill those tasks. I also recently have been filling in with little stickies just to kind of see my blog schedule, YouTube schedule. I have in here I mark off time to film for YouTube or for Reels. Which, side note, okay, bonus tip, I love to batch work. So if you don't know what that is, batch working means that you basically take a project, so for instance, say Reels, and I will go and record a whole week or two worth of Reels all at one time. That way I'm not taking an hour or two every single day to record one Reel that I could record all at one time. So I'll schedule out 2 or 3 hours in the morning to record Reels. And so that has been another tip that's really helped me a lot with creating content for, especially for blogs, my Reels, scheduling out my social media. I like to batch work those things and just knock them out of the way and get them done all at one time. For my notebook, this is where I kind of just brain dump everything. If I have an idea in my head or like a random little task that I need to do, like updating my website or updating a session guide, I will just come and write them down in my notepad. I actually got this one at Creative at Heart, so shout out Creative at Heart and the Stationery HQ. Thank you, I love this notepad. But this is basically, I just have a to-do list, I fill it out, and this is kind of where I come and fill in my weekly task because it's just random things that don't necessarily need to be done for a specific session, or it could be, but most of the time it's random tasks. So these two come with me everywhere. They're my favorite little pair. I got this agenda at Target. I really love it. It just has each day and then just has a big open block to fill in however I need to, but also has a calendar at the beginning of each month that I will kind of write in sessions that are already booked just to help keep me on track. Okay, so last but not least is Honeybook, which I'm sure you're not surprised whatsoever. I made an entire video on it previously, so I'm not gonna go too much into detail, but specifically for each session or wedding, whatever it is business-wise, Honeybook keeps me on track of those things for certain type of emails and contracts to go out on a certain timeline, all to fit around my client's experience and to serve them the best that I can. And Honeybook does that for me. Any CRM for your business is gonna work amazing for you. So if you haven't invested in any type of CRM for your business, I highly recommend doing so. It has been just an absolute game changer and lifesaver for me and my business. I love it. And I'm already getting on a rant about it, so I'm gonna stop there. If you wanna go check out my previous video on Honeybook, you can. I talked about my 3 favorite tools in Honeybook. But yeah, I do love Honeybook. I do love it. And I still have that code for you if you would like 40% off your first year. I'll link that in the description as well if you guys wanna go and check that out. Okay, so that's all I have for y'all today. I know that it sounds kind of like basic things, or maybe it's not. Maybe you have no idea how to stay organized and any type of tip helped. So I hope that some of these things will be helpful for you and for your life or business. I use these for my personal and work life. They all kind of jumble in together. But yeah, if you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do so. I would be so, so grateful. And I will see y'all next Monday for